I'm Peggy Kelly, and this is Good Morning Santa Paula. It's Thursday, August 6th, and today we have with us City Manager Dan Singer, who's always a great guest, and he's going to update us on a variety of subjects. He's a very busy guy. So thank you for joining us today, Dan. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Another beautiful summer, mild day.
Yeah,
day in paradise.
Yeah, just another gorgeous day in Santa Paula. We have so many of them. We're very proud of that.
Yeah.
So speaking of the outdoors, I guess there's something coming up as far as perhaps a little pastime entertainment for people over in some of the new areas that have opened up, or at least one of the new areas. You were saying earlier that they're going to be having some sort of I wouldn't call it a farmer's market, maybe a little merchant's corner. Can
Yeah,
you tell
so
us about that?
we've, if you haven't had a chance yet to drive through downtown, our Main Street is alive and well. We've cordoned off areas for outdoor dining and now for beauty salons. And one of the things that we needed to do to slow down traffic and make it safe for people to be sitting in the street, basically, was to close off the little segment of Davis Street. That's the road that sits between the Bank of the Sierra and the Rabelais restaurant. And the lower part of Davis is now closed, but we've turned it into a seating area for the public. The idea is for people who work downtown or people that are headed downtown or just want to stroll to have a place to sit, have a place to eat, come and do a crossword puzzle, play dominoes, whatnot. But we're working with the Chamber of Commerce to also open up some of that space for some vendors to come and sell their goods and wares. Kind of like in a farmer market style, as you say, Peggy. That could happen as soon as this weekend. If not, it should be happening next weekend. We have a lot of home-based businesses here in town, and when we do larger festivals, they'll often rent booths and sell their goods. And we want to, free of rent, invite them to come liven up our downtown a little bit.
Oh, that's great. And they won't be selling anything. They won't be offering anything that's competitive to Main Street merchants. I mean, they're just basically they're all being screened and have very unique items, I imagine. So I think
that would be the notion.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
great. I wouldn't really be fair to Rabelais if all of a sudden we brought in a French bakery to sell their baked goods.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no,
or to any other shops in town for that matter.
Yeah, no, that's a great. And speaking of unique, we've got that the hard cider Anna's opening up Friday.
That's right. Yeah. Their grand opening will be on Friday. It's really terrific to see businesses willing to invest during this difficult financial time. I never would have thought during all this COVID shutdown that we would have a business able to open up. And so it'll be great to add them to downtown. And we have a few other businesses that I know are investing. They're using this time as a way of kind of getting ready.
Great. Do you have any hints? Any hints of who maybe or what maybe?
Well, right next to Anna's is a future barbecue spot. We would certainly welcome, and I know they're trying to move some things forward. And, couple of other opportunities, but I don't want to get ahead of anyone. Sure,
absolutely. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Absolutely glad to hear it. And I'm now what do you think is going on? I know you've got a lot of recruiting going on now at City Hall now that the council's adopted the budget, and congratulations to you and the council, by the way, for being able to adopt a budget without the damage that could have happened, but it's still not the best, but at least it's manageable and it's workable and it makes a lot of sense. So kudos on that one. So
it was not an easy budget. Our employees pulled together to make concessions. Our council understood the dynamics and even said we don't want to cut too deep, and so let's use some monies that were not allocated, and so we're relying on some reserves and on those employee concessions, and then just a lot of belt tightening. It's a relief to now have the budget adopted and behind us. And one of the things we were able to do is free up some of the vacancies that we had. We have an employee base of about 110 positions. And when COVID hit, we had 8 of those positions vacant. and we froze those
Yes.
just to save money and because of the uncertainty. And so a number of those now are budgeted for, and we're starting to move forward with those recruitments. Keep your eye in the Mighty Santa Paula Times if you're looking for a job with the city, or go to our website where you'll see employment opportunities. You can even sign up for alerts. And so we're pleased to open up some of those positions, and so we're heavy into recruiting season this summer, hoping to see some good some needed help come to Santa Paula.
Now, you said too that the recruitment deadline is tomorrow for the police chief position. So
one of the most visible and important positions we have is our chief of police. Our interim chief, Ish Cordero, is doing a fabulous job and has been since February. And we have the recruitment for a permanent position that will close tomorrow, Friday, August 7th. And then we'll start the paper screening and some, first interviews with the most qualified sometime in late August, early September. The hope would be to then be in a position to have a selection maybe by the end of September and a job offer. And we're going to have a fairly involved process. We'll narrow it down to 2, 3, maybe 4 finalists. And my expectation is we'll put them through a rigorous process, including involving members of the community and some type of community-based interview panel.
Okay, that's wonderful. Now, how many applications have you received so far?
We're already at about 20, which is not too bad, because just to meet the minimum qualifications, you have to have already demonstrated experience in law enforcement.
Yes, you have to have chops, I guess they call it, is basically.
That too, right?
I understand that, that's for sure. Now, and we also have an election. And speaking of tomorrow's the deadline for all the offices. We've got our city council, which of course is your main concern. We also have the school boards and all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah,
and
library district.
The library district, and also even the college district that of course runs our campus here, our East Campus here in Santa Paula. And we've got how many seats open on the council?
2 seats.
I should say 2 seats.
2 seats this year. That'll be, we'll learn as of the end of the day tomorrow if both of them are going to rerun, and we already have some challengers. 3 women, community members that are putting their name in the hat. So assuming they all qualify and they all run, we could have 5 candidates for 2 seats.
Wow,
or at least 4 candidates for 2 seats.
Sure.
So that should be an exciting race, and it's always a great opportunity to have people interested in running for office, get familiar with what we do, get out in the community and represent their ideas, and hear from community members. It's really a very important part of the democratic process that we have, and
absolutely.
So I'm encouraged about the field, and we'll see where it goes. And I know there's equal enthusiasm over at the school district and others as we look towards the November election.
It's interesting too, because just with having the 3 females step forward, this is the 100th anniversary of women's right to vote. So,
that's a great point. And we don't have a very gender balanced council right now. That's not their fault. You don't get to choose your sex when you're born, really, right? So yes, we have 4 men on the council and only 1 woman. So high likelihood we might get a little more balance there.
Sure, absolutely. And like I said, it's 100 years, and it's very 100 years ago. I imagine the woman couldn't even imagine the day that women could be able to even vote for themselves. I mean, that's how far they've gone. So that's great. So I'm always up to a great election. It opens up the community. People can and even though we've got COVID, I know we'll be able to do a lot online if need be, and it'll be taken care of. And of course, we'll have the newspaper interviews and everything like that. So
and let me use this opportunity to to mention that we have worked with the county elections office to locate a ballot box right in front of City Hall. So we're right across from Veterans Park in the downtown. There's a large metal ballot box there that is permanent, and it'll be emptied out every day by the county leading up to the election. So people that either have mail-in or absentee ballots or get their regular ballot, however that's going to happen, one of the places they can deposit those if they don't want to stick them in the mail is going to be here at City Hall. So.
Okay, now is this still going to be inside or is this outside? Is this
It's just outside, but it's secure and there's cameras and lights on it, and
sure.
So it's should work out just fine.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, I've been a mail-in voter for years and years, and I checked the other day, and 71% of the voters in Ventura County are registered via mail. They mail vote. So,
yeah, you know, the trend has been moving that way for years now,
yes,
right?
Yeah,
I'm surprised to hear it's as high as 70, but I knew it was well over 50 and heading that direction.
Yes. And in the last election, at the primary election, 69% of the people that voted in the primary election were mail-in ballots. So they have a real high tendency to vote too. So, you know, it works out well. You get a little, it's not as harried as it were, you know. So Dan, is there anything you'd like to discuss that I didn't ask you? Is there anything going on I should know about? Better yet, is there anything going on I shouldn't know about that you can't wait to tell me? But
yeah, offline, of course. You're always in the know. I would just remind the community it's you know, the whole COVID thing is getting a little, we're all feeling a little worn out by it. Just want to remind our residents, you know, to continue to socially distance, wear face protection. It's so important that we continue to limit the spread and that we see our community behaving so that we're not having to get the county out here shutting businesses down or making matters harder for us.
yes.
The overall trend for our county the last few weeks has been improving. If we can keep that up, we may be able to get off that statewide watch list. So, so I just as a reminder to really be mindful of those important things.
Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate it because that's something we all have to have uppermost in our minds now. And it's unfortunate, but the more we just do it automatically, the sooner we won't have to do it at all. So at least that's what I'm hoping. Okay, well, Dan, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for seeing us today. And I'm
thanks,
sure
and thanks to you and KADY for supporting this.
And they show these interviews on Channel 10, on the city's channel, Spectrum Cable Channel 10, also on kadytv.net. And if you visit it, be sure to subscribe. It helps make more of this programming possible. So once again, I'm Peggy Kelly, and thank you for stopping by, and thank you to Dan Singer, our city manager, for keeping us up with the news today. Thanks so much, Dan.
Thanks.